Despite a quiet off week of disc golf, it still had Isaac showing he's already in mid-off season form with his trolling. UDisc tries to stay relevant by unveiling a new community feature. MVP's manufacturing plant makes it onto a popular YouTube channel. D-Glow just kicked off, and even more this week in disc golf. What's going on, all you disc-generates? You guys know it's Swiss Cheese, the one with all the holes in his game, and I'm with the Disc Golf World, the YouTube channel, and don't call us a podcast that some of you hate to watch. Yet we're still your source to get all your disc golf news in a fraction of the time compared to the other guys across the YouTube dial. You're watching This Week in Disc Golf, where I cover all things disc golf from the past week. I want to take a quick moment to thank everybody on our Patreon, and of course you who are currently watching, as you guys are helping the nephew and I tour alongside the pros. Just one last thing before I get into all the details. With us constantly being reminded by fans at every stop that we need merch already, we are on the lookout for artists that could help realize our dream design. If you guys got the skills, make sure to hit up the Disc Golf World on any of our platforms, as we would love to give someone in the community first crack at this project. That's enough of that, so let's get into the video already. With an off week after Worlds, pros scattered en route to Milford, Michigan for Discraft's Great Lakes Open. Some pros chose to hit CCR, others at Paw Paw, even Maryland. And for the now two-time world champions, spent part of it trolling the disc golf community. After the win, many disc golf personalities and even us at the Disc Golf World speculated on Isaac Robinson's possible future with Prodigy, and all the other manufacturers also, as his contract will be up after this season. Understandable, as Isaac just might be the most sought-after free agent post-COVID. No, I haven't forgotten Gannon, but Isaac is certainly the most decorated player to hit the market in that span. Rumors and speculation with possible landing zones have run across all the major sponsors, as everyone has an opinion. With all this speculation, time, and the minds who brought us Gorilla cosplay during just this past press conference, the opportunity for the Vlog Squad's continued fun was ripe for the taking, as Isaac went to the same well, creating waves by bidding on an old Discmania PD on a collector's page. This, after just last offseason where Gannon and Alden Harris did the exact same thing. Besides possibly upsetting Kale even further, most in the community had a good chuckle, while others will continue to use this as proof for their postulations. And if you guys are really wondering if the bid was enough to win, don't worry, the Disc Golf World got you covered.
Isaac, the fans are dying to know. Did you end up winning the disc on Facebook?
I did.
Cool. That's all I had for you.
Yet the fun for Isaac didn't stop there, and continue with comments on Burr's post, asking Gannon what he threw, cause it looked like, quote, a bomber. Everybody knows this friendship group is around each other enough to not only know that they will win an event, the other's bag, but also comfortable enough to tell each other what disc to throw during World's Distance competition. If you don't think this is intentional for laughs at this point, you probably also convince yourself it's a good idea to get gas tomorrow morning. For those of you who can't find the humor, it doesn't matter, because it's enough for them, and for me for that matter. Certainly shows more personality in a sport where it's lacking, and gave me something to actually talk about. And also, any one of you who's actually upset about the Gorilla Act behind Isaac at the press conference streamed live on a Wednesday in the middle of the afternoon need to lighten up. Doesn't devalue the sport or look childish, because in all honesty, most would have never seen that press conference at all, or been interested enough without the costumes. Also this week, UDisc continues to stay relevant in the game despite PDGA and DGBT's efforts. This time by releasing a new beta feature many users have been clamoring for with their new community page. The feature will allow you to personalize the page by connecting your rounds with friends and league mates. Yes, UDisc had the option of sharing your round already. However, the community page allows you to instead share your round to only members of the community group. Sure, it does not allow you to share the round in real time. That would be an absolute game changer for the app. But this feature is still a right step in that direction. The initial soft rollout has started in Minnesota, but has already expanded to Colorado, North Carolina, and Texas, with the intentions of spreading it further from there. Yet hopefully this community feature will continue to grow to finally get league groups off of Facebook already. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm tired of seeing Tim's flat earth and cell phone tower posts, or whatever he and other players from league are trying to pawn off on Marketplace. UDisc has said they want to stay away from the social media aspect on the app. Yet without the DGBT partnership and PDGA Live now being used for sanctioned events, This new feature, along with the app further dipping into social media, could attract more and more players to the app, especially for your local leagues where the app still dominates, while also giving the company continued solid footing in the sport.
Beth at 69.
I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there.
This man is unbelievable. This is what athletes live for. This is the moment.
Many also got excited with MVP's production factory being featured on YouTube channel Smarter Every Day, a channel with a subscriber count that dwarfs anything disc golf related with over 11.5 million total. In the vid, Brad and Chad, owners of MVP, go through the entire process of their manufacturing, including their patented overmold process. MVP invested in the factory upgrades after the Holy Shot elevated the brand to new heights. Showcasing that technology and what it has meant for the production is something they obviously were proud of, as MVP did pay to sponsor that video. And what was displayed certainly confirmed that fact. Whether it was the vacuum moving raw materials to the dryer vats, through tubes like a Twinkie factory, robots handling the disc through the injection molding process, and the precision of the controls throughout the factory. And how about all the stock on the shelves like it's the ending of the Raiders of the Lost Ark? You know, half of those are pixels and glitches. The video is well done and has already reached over 1 million views in just 4 days, while also answering some questions that even I had about manufacturing discs. Will the video result in some new play? Maybe, but I'm sure it won't be that great of an impact to be felt on the game. Yet the video is still worth watching for any disc golfer that's interested in the sport. Day 1 at DGLO saw plenty of scoring despite the weather delay. Isaac Robinson started with 10 straight birdies for his round, but surprisingly he didn't separate from the pack that much, finishing with only a 10-under day. Currently is only a stroke ahead of Cal Lundquist, the power arm youth on his first tour. While former DGLO winners round out the lead card in Kelvin Heimberg at 8-under and Simon Lizotte at 7-under along with 5 others. Defending champion, drinker of beer, and orderer of well-done steaks, Ohn Scoggins put together a bogey-free 9-under day 1 and is 2 strokes ahead of Heidi Laney and Haley King. Kristen Tatar, who is at 6-under after a huge C2 putt on 17, helped make her first lead card since the European Open Festival in July. No, you heard me correctly. Kinda crazy to think, even with her injury. That being said, OB continued to be an issue for her today, with 4 total over her round. In some disc golf action that you might not have heard of, Ohn Scoggins edged out Kristen Tatar at CCR, while GT Hancock takes down his second DGBT qualifier event just this year. Tennessee Harper Thompson beat out Casey White at the West Virginia Open, while Sarah Holcomb ended up taking down the FPO side. While Andrew Miranda dominated at the Brook Trails Open in California. Miranda had enough for the victory after day 2 with a 25-under, but added a 6-under on the final day to stretch out that victory. And Zoe Andyke needed to come back on the final day to take down the A-tier in the FPO. And Zach Arlinghaus put together a 19-under, yes, a 19-under at the GCDGA Flying Pig Open and won by 9 strokes. Ryan Mon, Am-Slam winner, finally goes pro and signed with Discraft, and DGLO will be his first tournament as a pro. Now, let's get to some quick hitters already. The Ulibarrys welcome their first child, Reina, to the world. Congratulations goes out to them. Dynamic and Trilogy Pros hit up a Walmart to celebrate their disc on their shelves. Who knew we needed Matty O putting on a bike? Kat, Nico, Clemens, and Hannah screamed they're not worthy at a Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper concert, though they completely missed out on the Wayne's World cosplay opportunity. You guys can't tell me Kat wouldn't be a dead ringer for Garth. Even Burning Man has disc golf. The Vlog Squad crew all got some new kicks. Gannon is that kid that wears his shoes out the store. But damn, guys, you couldn't have cropped out that funky foot, though? But really, I'm just happy I don't have to mention Gannon in another Lego build. Luke Humphreys, self-proclaimed best disc golfer on tour and hustler of the pros, displayed it by nearly blowing up the pin during a round with Gibson and Brad DeCaddy. Adam Hammes looked like Ice Spice during the weather delay. Not his hat, but AB's caddy, Roland Hoffeld's. The one on coverage that was rocking that Pharrell hat like he's a co-host on Cam Newton's podcast. Mason, Valerie, and Alexis visit DC, hitting all the sites like middle schoolers on a class trip. Happy birthday goes out to Cynthia Ricciardi, who finally hits 22, and also her favorite Taylor Swift song. And shots fired by Brody in their latest episode of Tour Life.
I don't think these people would do it. But if we brought on some of the other podcast people some of the other video people to just have a discussion. I don't think they'd do it, but it would be a good time. Bare knuckles over here. And they've got the ginormous boxing gloves on.
But this would be nice because then they come over here to where the gloves do have to kind of come off.
Who is Brody referencing exactly here? Us? And if not us, who? Comment below because I would love to know. Certainly it would be a lot easier if the self-proclaimed bare knuckle guy didn't put on the kid gloves and not name a channel by name. And guys, that wraps up this week in disc golf. If you've enjoyed and not subscribed, make sure to do so already. And if you haven't, hit that like button, comment, and share.
A big bark, no bite. Is that the thing? A big bark, no bite.
Yeah. But this would be nice because then they come over here to where the gloves do have to kind of come off.
I know, but that's why no one comes on the podcast that wants to do that.
They would do. I feel like they would do it.
You remember Maria Oliva?